One day in a small town, a philosophy professor known for his unique teaching style made a visit to a primary school. When he arrived in the classroom, he had a large empty glass jar tucked under his arm and an intriguing sparkle in his eyes. Instantly, the student's curiosity was piqued. Setting the jar on the table, he pulled out a pile of large stones, each about the size of a fist, and carefully placed them one by one into the jar until no more could fit. He turned to the students and asked, "Is this jar full?" The students looked at the jar, saw no more stones could fit, and answered, "Yes." But the professor surprised them by pulling out a bag of pebbles. Pouring the pebbles into the jar, he shook it slightly, allowing the smaller rocks to settle into the spaces between the larger stones. He asked again, "Is the jar full now?" Some students hesitated, catching on, but many still answered, "Yes." Smiling, the professor then took out a bag of sand and poured it into the jar. The tiny grains slipped into all the spaces between the stones and pebbles. "Is the jar full now?" he asked once more. The students, now more doubtful, responded, "Probably not." Finally, the professor took a jug of water and poured it into the jar, saturating the sand. Only then did he nod, agreeing the jar was truly full. He explained, "This jar represents your life. The stones are the important things, your family, health, and friends. If everything else was lost but these remained, your life would still be full. The pebbles represent other things that matter, like your job, home, and car. The sand is all the small stuff, the trivial things." He continued, "If you fill the jar with sand or pebbles first, there won't be room for the stones. This is how life works. If you spend all your time on the small stuff, you won't have room for what truly matters. The stones are essential to your happiness and purpose. They're time with loved ones, caring for your health, and pursuing your passions. If you don't prioritize these, you may find that you've left out the most important parts of your life." The professor concluded, "Make sure to put the stones in first. They are your foundation, your family, health, dreams. Don't let the pebbles and sand, the daily tasks and routines, take precedence. At the end of your journey, it's the stones that will give your life meaning." A thoughtful student raised her hand and asked, "But professor, what about the water? Where does that fit into our lives?" The professor smiled and replied, The water represents those small moments of joy. A cup of coffee with a friend, spontaneous laughter, a few minutes of quiet. Even when life seems full, there's always room for these little pleasures, for connecting and relaxing." With a gentle nod, he added, "So, remember to focus on your stones first. Take care of those precious things. Make time for your loved ones, nurture your well-being, pursue your dreams, and always leave a little room for the unexpected joys, those simple, unplanned moments that make life richer. Let your days be fulfilling, not just busy, and make each moment count."